Excellent. Join. I've joined. Got it. It's time to tell you stupid shit. And then go ahead and set the meeting. Okay. Excellent. Let's get this out of it. Yep. So I'm going to keep you on mute here. Yep. In fact, you could probably keep it on mute. Yeah, now we're in the meeting when necessary. And when appropriate, I'll have you come up here and you'll be the presenter and I'll pull all this. And it may take us a second or two and it'll look like we're fumbling, but we'll get it, I promise. Stumbling, bumbling, fumbling.
What's even funnier is that they think we're technical geniuses. All we do is just keep clicking until it works.
Yeah.
Keep touching it. There it goes. See, told you it would work. So my wife's just like, how do you know all this stuff? I'm like, I kind of actually don't.
Google does.
If I do this and this and this, then this should probably happen. If it doesn't happen, I try this, and this.
That's kind of how it works, is it not? Right. It's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Hey, everyone online. Hey, Jody. Can you hear us okay?
I can. Hey, Wes, how are you?
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us.
Sure.
We're in the little room today, as you can see.
I do see that.
Looks like there's a wedding upstairs today. But we had a great lunch on the patio outside, and we're ready to have a good meeting, I think.
Nice.
Hey, Lauren, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, I'm just doing an audio check. It's Eileen. Can anybody hear me?
Yep.
Oh, good. Thanks. I'll go back to mute. Hi, everybody.
I can hear. I'm having trouble breathing with all that smoke.
Good.
Hola.
Hi, John Selke.
Hey, how you doing, Terry?
Good to see you.
Hello, everyone. William,
Hey, John Selke, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Wes, nice to see you. Glad you're buckled up. Too bad you don't have a Rotary scarf. Hi, Bruce.
How you doing, John?
Good. Hi, Pat. How you doing?
Greetings, John. Good to see you.
Yep, thank you for your lovely message the other day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We should get Rotary.
Hey, John, how you doing? It's Bill.
Good. We should get Rotary scarves like that. Yeah.
Yes, how's the driving?
Would be nice. And you know, Barry Christian was nice enough, and he got us all Rotary masks too that he gave away, and it's very much appreciated because those are expensive. Yeah. All right. Can I ask everyone to please take their seats if you wouldn't mind finding somewhere to sit? All right. Looks like the time is 12:35, and man, we are getting this right on time. I'm going to call this meeting to order. If you could please stand, everyone. My name is Wesley Crockett. I appreciate you all being here with me today. I'm the president of the Rotary Club of Schaumburg Kaufman Estates. Meeting today, this Friday, September 25th, the 12th meeting of our Rotary year. Fabulous meeting today. We have Mr. Mike Hahn here to talk to us, but I'm hoping we can start the way that we always do. If we could start, please, with the four-way pact. George Panopoulos, would you mind leading us, please?
Four-way pact, the way I interact with others first.
I'll have the courage to tell the whole truth. I will be kind and
Way out, fella.
I will be fair and not seek selfish advantage. Have an open heart and an open mind. If we could please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Gail Vandenberg, would you please lead us?
The United
States of America. One nation under God, indivisible.
And finally, Jack Lucas, would you mind honoring us with an invocation, please? Would you mind doing it from right here so the people at home can see you?
We can bow our heads. Dear God, we give thanks for this wonderful day and for the guests and the Rotarians that are with us today. Bless the Rotarians here and around the world and the projects that they're involved with. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Hope everyone's feeling good today. That had to be one of the best lunches I think we had all year. It was so nice outside. So thank you for coming today. We're going to start with introducing guests, and we have a few with us today. I've noticed, and I'm hoping that we started this table full of guests. Mary Jo, would you mind introducing your guests? Wonderful. Two ladies from Jesus Playhouse are here. Thank you. Excellent. I'm looking to see where else. Bob, would you mind introducing our speaker, please? I know. I'm mixing it for that other camera. I got you.
Our inspiring speaker today.
Please welcome Michael Hahn, our inspiring speaker today. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate
Michael
you.
Hahn, first speaker today.
Thank you. So we've been starting off things a little bit different the last couple of weeks than we have previously, because I like to share some good news stories of the week because, well, we need a little bit of good news because there's just all kinds of bad news. And I need to say thank you to Brian Berg for helping me this week put together some good news stories. So the first one is from Brian Berg. So the question is right now, we got 9 suburban school districts who are going out and doing in-person learning right now in school. So the question is, how are they doing? Really well is the answer. And it looks like I've hit my paywall here. But 9 suburban school districts are doing it. They have very few cases have been realized, and overall they're doing great. And it's a model, and it looks like more school districts are going to go to learning in person again. Does that pretty much sum that up, Brian? I can't see the article. I apologize. It's behind a paywall. So other two, and you know what? This one is just a fact, and it's really strange. And I ask you to just go with me on this one. Maybe good news, maybe bad news, but I heard this earlier this week, and I just couldn't get it out of my head. The entire state of Wyoming only has 2 escalators, and they're right next to each other. Just that doesn't, I had to scratch my head and think, well, How does a town only have, anyway, that was so weird that I figured I should show it, but this one's actually some good news that I hope you'll agree with me. So how about this? Someone's gonna pay you $50,000 a year to travel around the country with your dog and drink beer and just take pictures. Michelob Ultra is actually hiring right now for exactly that position. They call it their Chief Exploration Officer. I thought that just sounded great. Literally, the job description is travel around the country. You and your dog will give you a van to do it in, high appointed van, and you get to drink beer and take pictures of cool places. So, if anyone wants a link to that, by the way, I'm happy to share that one for sure. Because why not apply to that? That sounds pretty fun. Say it again, Vince. Vince, I will absolutely send all of these to you. And it's funny, I've been doing this for 12 weeks and it's the first time someone asked me for a link. So that's great. So the question is, who is happy today? And I got to tell you, I'll start it off like I did last week, telling you I was going to drive on the Indianapolis 500 track. I did, and it was absolutely incredible. I hit 165 miles an hour and a brand new M8 competition, BMW, got $160,000. It was a lot of fun. I'll tell you that for sure. So I'm $5 happy for that. Jeff Miller, what makes you happy? I'll repeat it, guys.
Daughter brought grandchild number 4 into the world.
Fourth grandchild. Jeff Miller's got his fourth grandchild, everyone.
Another kid told us that they're pregnant again, so I think by
Oh my God. And another one's pregnant too, so it'll be up to 5. Congratulations, guys. And I'm sorry the remote camera I didn't get working today. So my apologies for that for you guys online. Who else is happy out there? Go ahead, Mary Jo. What makes you happy? Mary Jo is happy that her friends are here with her because she's on leave from work and she gets to bring her friends to Rotary Day. And thank you for bringing guests. We appreciate you both being here. Oh, that's wonderful. Gail Vandenberg. That's wonderful. And again, I apologize to you guys online. We had some technical difficulties today. Great boat trip. Great boat trip, it sounds like, by Gail Vandenberg and co. Let's do one online. Can we go to Bill Landwehr? Go ahead, Bill. Bill, I saw you look like you were happy. Are you not happy?
Okay, yeah, I'm happy. I get a new knee on Tuesday.
A new knee? Oh, my God. That the left or the right, Bill?
Wes, I have happy dollars. It's Eileen.
Oh, go ahead, Eileen. What makes you happy?
I have 5 happy dollars. Last Saturday, the cleanup at the Butterfly Garden was absolutely incredible with the Satellite Club. Thank you to our Rotary Club members, Glenn Garlick, Don Miner, and Bob Flesher, who showed up to help us. And the club brought other volunteers. We did stuff there in 2 hours that would have taken the usual volunteers 2 weeks. It was amazing. And that was all in preparation for the satellite event.
You're getting a round of applause from this room.
It was awesome.
Nice job, guys. That's absolutely fabulous. Annette, what makes you happy?
A couple weeks ago, we rented a house on Mission Beach in San Diego. I'm just going to tell people, if you ever have that opportunity to just relax, lay back with the ocean, 10 yards where you're sitting for a week, it's really worth it.
You're glowing, and we can tell. It must be worth it. Thank you, Irene. Nanette, who else we got? Anybody else happy out there? Pat Cronwald, I see.
Another $5 for a Bears win last Sunday.
Woo-hoo! Go get him, Bears. Bear down, baby. All right. I think I saw Ted Gross.
Jody?
We'll go Ted Gross, then Jody.
So I'm happy Jason is eligible to play 9U or 10U travel ball next year and has 3 teams competing there.
Nice, right? Travel ball. I love your background, Ted. I gotta say, nice Wrigley Field. Love it. Go ahead, Jody.
So I have 5 happy dollars. In my lifetime, this is the first time I've done this. This morning, I got up early. I had registered for Pat a Green Bay Packer virtual 5K run. And you can pick your course. And I did that for the first time in my life. And I averaged about 11 minutes, 33 seconds a mile. So I know it's not great, but for the first one, I felt pretty good. So I have $5 happy for that.
It's better than the 5K I ran, which is not a 5K. So nice job, Jody. That's wonderful. That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks.
Look at our Rotarians getting out and active and boating and running and doing all these things. Nice job, guys. I love to see it, especially with the weather this week. It's wonderful. So we've done happy dollars, and I'm going to ask if there is any club business or announcements. Anyone else happy, by the way? I didn't see anyone else online. You guys see anyone that I didn't see? All right, cool. Thank you for being happy this week. Any club business or announcements? And I'm going to ask if there are some club business or announcements. You wouldn't mind coming up to it right now because I got one and it's a little heavy.
Well, the good news is you guys only have 2 more weeks to listen to this. About the vacation drawing, woo! The Schaumburg Mayor Daley is going to come and pull the winner. Nice. So we secured that, and he's like, I think Bill Kelly called about something, I think the same day. So we're doing that thing at the Children's Advocacy Center, and then he's just going to come here, be our guest for lunch. So that'll be really nice. But you guys have really pulled it out. We can scratch several people off the zero column. I totally appreciate that. We are now over, we have sold 1,061 tickets. So we're over $21,220. That's including what was turned in today. So you guys, thank you for all your support. I know this is a really weird year, but I really appreciate it. You know, it's all the more PPE we can be giving out and do everything. And then we still have 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, guys. Ask your neighbors, give them the chance to help out. Thank you.
Thanks, Holly. Good. $20,000 already. That's great. And I got to tell you, when I did the budget, I knew we were going to get hit in this category, and I had to gamble and say how much I thought we were going to make, and it was 15. And man, every time I bet I lose, I won this one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well done. Well done, everyone in this club. I love hearing that there are a bunch of zeros off of that list. But if you are someone who is a zero, you haven't bought a ticket yet or haven't sold any of your tickets, it's time to start thinking about buying those tickets yourself and turning them in. We raise money here. That's what we do. That's why we're here. If you're somebody who hasn't bought your tickets yet, hasn't sold any of the tickets yet, time to turn that around. 2 more weeks. Let's see if we can get this up to 25. I think that sounds like a really, really ripe number for us, 25,000. See if we can hit it. Thank you guys for doing that. My one bit of business that I wanted to talk about. We are 90 days into this, 3 months in. Typically with a new employee, what you do is a 90-day check-in, see how things are doing, right? We talked about this a little bit at the board meeting earlier. But, how are we doing? I think we're having meetings. I think we're having great speakers, thanks to Bob Fleischer. I think we're doing a good job of broadcasting this on a weekly basis, but I don't think I'd give myself any bigger than a B+ in this role right now. I think that we are, if I could use the example of a car going down the highway. I think before COVID, we in this club were cruising, going 80 miles an hour down the highway, beautifully straight, long. We knew where we were going and growing fast. It sort of seems like since COVID happened, the wheels are still on, the engine's running. We're still going the same direction, but we're just not going as fast. This is evidenced to me in the amount of people that we've had attending our meetings, both in person and virtually, total, is less than last year by about 30%. Pat, I didn't have a chance to go get that number in between, but what we looked at was, I'll give you the raw numbers. It looked like 72% attendance at this point last year in these meetings right around this time, summer dog days around there, about 72%. And we're getting really no more than about 42% of our club at any given one of these meetings, both virtually, in combination of virtual and in person. And I can't say all of that is COVID related. We can't blame all of this on COVID. And as Glenn Shergott brought up, maybe you can't extrapolate one to mean that there's a lack of engagement or a lack of, but I feel like this club is a thoroughbred, a Ferrari, if you will. And we have the potential to be going really fast down the road. And have you ever been driving down the highway in your Toyota or your Honda and you pass up a guy in a Porsche or a Ferrari and you're thinking to yourself, what's this guy going so slow for when he's got all that potential? I'm using that analogy to kind of where we're at right now. I feel like we're a Ferrari in the slow lane. And that is on me first and foremost, to get some excitement, energy, and enthusiasm behind it, what it is that we're doing here. I look internally first for that. But we need to find something as a club that we care about deeply and get behind it this year that we don't currently know about, something that is not before us to coalesce us. I'm going to be sending out a survey next week, asking you kind of that question. I'm going to ask you to sort of look in your hearts and figure out what it is that brings you here every week. And I notice that what I'm doing right now is preaching to the converted. I'm talking to a bunch of people whose butts are in the seats, who are modeling the behavior that I wish you to, right? It's the others that I'm wishing to get here on a more regular basis. So trying to figure out the best way to do that, I see as my biggest challenge right now. And I want you to know that that's where my head's at and where I'm going. And I hope in the survey that I send out, you'll be honest with me and talk about where we're at and where you wish us to be headed. Any questions or anything about that? If not, and I'm sorry that was really heavy stuff to talk about right before today's Fine Master. So I apologize. And I believe our Fine Master is with us today, and a great setup for him to raise some money for this club to get things going. In addition to that, and I'll just say, the Queen of Hearts is coming again. I know a little bit of gambling, is in this club's blood. So just know that between Tom and I, it's our goal by the next board meeting coming up next month that we will have our Queen of Hearts up and running and some people walking away with some money every single week from Rotary, because why not too? That's it. I appreciate you listening for a second. And I'm going to invite now our Fine Master for the week up. Ladies and gentlemen, George Panopoulos.
So let me just start by saying that I think under the circumstances for his first 90 days, Wes is doing a fantastic job. So no need to email me. That's my story. Okay, so for our guests, I'm the Fine Master. So what we do every week is we come up here and fine our members and just have a little bit of fun, and we end up donating that money back to the community. So it's all just for fun. And normally I start off with like boring fines, like if you're not wearing your pin, that's a couple dollars. I don't care if you're not wearing your pin, it's fine. If you're not wearing your badge, who cares? I mean, the people at home can't even put on their badge. So, who cares about that? If you are late, however, I don't care about that either. 0 for that too. Who cares? We got a $5 cap though today. Oh, some Fine Masters lately have been fining you if you're not like wearing their outfit or whatever. I don't know who does that, but if you're not wearing what I'm wearing, that's okay too. No fine for that. But I did send out an email, right, to everyone because we do such a great job in this club raising money. We're doing so many huge projects that I thought it'd be nice to just hear about what everybody's doing on their own, just little things that they do, random act of kindness or whatever, especially during COVID, if anything came up. And, most of the answers have been really heartfelt, really nice things, and then a few of them were, So anyway, so we're going to play a little game. I'm going to read off what someone responded with to have they done any random acts of kindness during COVID. And I'm going to give you a few names and you're going to guess, you're going to raise your hand if you think you know who it is. And if you're wrong, you pay $2. $5 cap. So you 3 wrong, you're done. So, and by the way, it's real easy to give away the answer. Like if you hear your name and you said it, you could be like, that's me. If you do that, Wes is going to send you a computer virus and take down your hard drive for like a month. So don't do that. That just makes it a lot less fun. So anyway, so we had a lot of nice things like Pat Gronwald said she delivers meal to a senior citizen. What's that? What did I say? Oh, that's who said it. I'm giving some, I'm not, don't worry, that's all right. Like Gail said that she's made over 100 masks for her friends and family. That's awesome. So, all right, here's the first one we're going to guess on now. So somebody said, I took really good steak to my cousin up north. They can't find steak in the area. So was that Bill Landwehr, Jody Benjamin, or Dennis O'Connell? So raise your hand if you think it was Bill Landwehr. You're correct. Everybody else paid $2. Nice. So we see how this is going now? You got to get it? Or now this one we're not going to guess on, but I just want to read this because Mary Spro said, you know what? I'm not super creative. I buy coffee at Starbucks for the people behind me. Actually, that came up several times. Several people said kind of the same thing. But then she said, and we serve hydroxychloroquine drinks at home. And then she said, hydroxychloroquine is a synthetic derivative of the naturally occurring compound quinine. Quinine is in tonic water. We serve gin and tonics. I think that's pretty nice. Mary, I think you were drunk when you typed that out, but welcome to the front of the club. That's what we do here. Anyway. Okay, so as if Wes isn't already, young and good looking and recently married and president of our club and free time, third generation Rotarian and I don't know, like Rotary royalty. He goes online, plays Call of Duty with 6 guys, all strangers that he met during COVID online. They were randomly grouped together. So as it turns out, they become friends because they're playing together a lot. One of the guys is a diesel mechanic, loses his job. Then he gets his job back, but when he goes back to get his tools from his first job, they were stolen. What does Wes do in his spare time? He decides, hey, let's do a fundraiser. They raised $600 for this guy, gave him gift cards to go buy tools at Harbor Freight. And now the guy's got his new job with tools and he's on his way to doing well again. So, that's the kind of guy we got right here. All right, here's the next one that you guys got to pick. All right, so this person said, I do things all the time, except I'd rather not tell about them. But then they said, one thing I can tell about is I cleaned a school district's parking lot drain as I was getting in my car to leave. So was that Brian Berg, Brian Burke, or Michael Olak? So who thinks it was Brian Berg? You're correct. Everybody else pay $2. All right, so we got a lot of good stuff here. A lot of people did good things. I'll get to the next one. Okay, so here's the next one. There was a strange car in my neighborhood. I drove by it and then turned around and asked the guy if everything was okay. He asked if I knew of a towing company. I then looked and saw he had a flat tire. I gave him the number for Redmond Towing and left. When I looked later, the car was gone. So it sounds more like an advertisement for Redmond Towing, but whatever. Was that Lauren Trimble, Mike Erickson, or Sarah Billmeyer? So who thinks it was Lauren Trimble? Incorrect? Pay $2. Who thinks it was Mike Erickson? You are correct. Everybody thought it was Sarah. Pay $2. All right. Oh, Jim Fabrini. Okay, so he said, I bought $5 worth of Tootsie Rolls from the guy collecting at the corner of Golf and Higgins. I asked the guy to give the Tootsie Rolls to the 5 cars behind me. That's nice, but not quite at his nephew's level, right? I mean, he's got a little work to do on that one, I think. All right, next one. Tootsie Rolls are raised $600 for a guy. I mean, it's a little different. All right. Next one. Ooh, yeah, I like this one. This one made me laugh. So my random act of kindness is not calling out people who haven't a clue about what they are talking about. Woo. So was that Bob Fleischer, Bill Kelly, or Daryl Moon? Who thinks it was Daryl Moon? That's incorrect. Pay $2. How about Bill Kelly? Bill Kelly? Incorrect. So that was Bob Fleischer. All right. Let's see. Okay, we're wrapping up. So this one, the answer was no. All my acts of kindness are very deliberate. Webster defines random as made, done, happening, or chosen without method or conscious decision. So unless I help someone out in my sleep or without knowing, I'll stick with my no. So I was like, wow, I know I said random, but I didn't think anyone would take it quite that literally. But anyway, was that Bruce Dopke, Gary Anderson, or Alan Gabe? So who thinks that was Gary Anderson? That was the correct answer. Everybody else has to pay. Any more time? Is everybody tapped out, by the way? Anybody still? You are? Everybody's at 5 or no? Can we go? You want to keep it? All right, so this is going to be Rotarian or not. So basically, Did a Rotarian do this? Did I touch the keyboard? All right, so someone found an iPhone in the grass. The phone was locked, so they couldn't open it to see whose it was. They made posters and they put them up all over the neighborhood in the area where they found the phone. And they said, if this is your phone or if you know whose it is, call this phone number. And they said, if you're wondering why we went through all the trouble and effort to make posters, it's because we had nothing else to do. And apparently we're extraordinarily kind people. And then it said, also, you have 2 missed calls from your mom. So that was kind of cute. So this is just a Rotarian or not. So who thinks that was a Rotarian? No, that was online. I found that one. So that's too loud. Okay, I bored myself to death. I'm done. Thanks.
That was a lot of fun today. Thank you, guys. And you guys online, it looks like Tom, I believe, put up the link to pay. Go ahead and pay your balance, pay your happy dollars, pay for some vacation drawing tickets, all of that. So thank you guys for participating there. That was a lot of fun, George. Thank you. So, consulting with my agenda for today, it looks like it is time for our speaker. And I'm going to ask our speaker, Michael Hahn, if you could please join us up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Hahn. If you guys don't mind, just give me 1 minute. It's going to take Mike and I a second to switch around computers. So just bear with us for 1 moment, all right? So I'm going to.
Hi, Gene. Are you down in Florida?
Nope. Hi, Terry. No, we're still here, and we're going to be going down the middle of November, and then we'll
Okay.
stay through the end of August. I'm sorry, the end of April. End of April.
Well, that's still 4 months. That's good.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
5.5. Yeah. Thanks. Do you have any?
Ready to go. All right. Thank you for your patience. So today we have a lot of stress and drama and uncertainty going on in the world right now. So how about if we just put all that down and we have a little bit of fun today?
Yeah, right then.
No, we want stress and drama. Okay, stress and drama and back. All right. So I believe that there's 2 things that are going to help you be successful in business and in life. Do they have a video? Do I need to put that up there?
If you'd like to, yeah. I saw you were down there. Okay, that's fine.
I turned it off.
All right, 2 things determine your success level in business or in life. One is communication, how well you communicate. And the other, you got to guess? Resilience, yeah, that should be one, but it's not for this example, sorry. Your ability to problem solve and make good decisions, communication and problem solving. I believe that there's one place that this all started for all of us, and it is the park.
Nice. The playground.
It's the playground. Yeah, so let's just take a look at this playground here real quick. Anybody see this? Anybody attorney in the room? That is a death trap slide. That's a liability lawsuit waiting to happen. I believe that we have experiences on the playground that help determine our level of communication and ability to problem solve. We had successes, we had failures, we had victories, we had tears. But, you know, we all have a story from the playground. I'd like to share my story from the playground so that you can remember yours.
And now we're here, and now it'll work.
Yeah. I was 6 years old. That's me. My grandma gave me this video. I was slow. I'm the guy in the yellow. I was clumsy, and I was always the last one picked in the schoolyard playground. Say, thank you. Yeah. I dreamed of being the fastest kid in school. I dreamed of being the first kid picked. I dreamed of being a superhero. And I remember that day. It was one of the last days of school. And all the kids are on the playgrounds playing really cool versions of tag, like freeze tag, the TV tag. But not me. I was standing on the concrete curb, kicking wood chips into the playground. And I heard, thanks again. And then I heard the rumble of the pipes coming up the street. And as the person on the motorcycle got closer, I could see it was my fearless Uncle Carl. So I ran off to meet him. I tripped, I skinned, I cut my pants across both legs. But before I could even let out a cry, my fearless Uncle Carl was there to scoop me up in one arm, to set me down on that splintered wood bench, and he started to tend to my road rash. I didn't get to see this guy that much. I loved the heck out of him. So I squeezed him as hard as I could. And I heard him whisper in my ear, Michael, I have a present for you. It's what you've always wanted. When I opened my eyes, I saw a white box with a purple bow on it. He said, open it. And as I ripped off that bow and pulled back that box, I revealed the purple metallic fabric with the black Batman logo on it. So as he spun me around and he started to tie the black velvet straps around my neck, he said, Michael, this is Batman's cape. Whenever you wear it, you'll run faster, jump higher, and you can even fly. Whoosh. So he smacked me on the butt, and I took off around, zigzagging through the swings, went down through the playground, climbed that slide, and went all the way down and hurdled that same concrete curb that stopped me before. And I dove into his arms again and just felt him. And that's when I think Uncle Carl was really feeling it. He said, that cape doesn't just give you Batman superpowers. It gives you all the superpowers of all your favorite superheroes. So I'm like, yeah, superhero powers for life. So the story goes that I didn't take that cape off the whole summer. I played in that cape, I ate in that cape, I slept in that cape, and my grandmother even told me one time I took a bath in it. She said it needed it. At the end of the summer, though, I got to sit down with my Uncle Carl, and I got to share all those experiences about how I was the fastest kid in the playground, about ran so fast that my cape stood on end like a flag in a windstorm. I jumped off the highest part of the playground, and I flew down, and I didn't even get hurt. And that's when he paused me. He said, Michael, I have bad news. That cape didn't give you any superpowers. You ran faster, jumped higher, and flew because you believed you could, not because of that silly cape. Oh. No! I don't want to be an average husky kid again. I want to be a superhero. That's when I felt his finger move my chin up so I'd see him eye to eye. He said, Michael, I have a secret for you. There's people who do battle inside of you each and every day. One's a hero who means you're good enough, strong enough, and fast enough. And fast will always be good enough. Who's the other? The other's a villain who believes that you're slow and you're weak, and clumsy. Your best is never going to be good enough. So you should never try. Well, which one wins? whichever one you believe. Whichever one you believe. Whichever one you believe. You know, last words linger. And you never know when the last time you're going to see somebody is. You know, those last words, those last conversations, the things you wish you would have said. There's so much I wish I would have said to my uncle. I never would have guessed that he would pass away at 29 years old. That was the last time. His last words linger. And although it was difficult for me to understand as a kid and for the family and everybody, like, those words allowed me to write this book, to be able to go out and speak to great people like you, who stand for great values. And it's the challenges in life that we don't expect, that we don't want, but it's those things that transform us. I want to talk a little bit about what Uncle Carl's story has done for me, and I'll break it down into 2 words: hero, habits. Let's talk about what a hero is to start, and I'm going to bribe somebody with participation. Is there anybody who can read this screen who would like to read it for everyone, and I will give you a copy of my book? Okay.
A person who, in the opinion of others, has special achievements, abilities, or personal qualities, and is regarded as a role model.
All right, when we think about the original superhero, who do we think of? Superman. Thanks, Wes.
Wonder Woman.
Okay, we're going to start with Superman. Superman, he believes, who is this? Christopher Reeve, right? He believes a hero is an individual who finds strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. You guys know his story? Not soon after that, he was in a horse riding accident, became a quadriplegic. He had everything going for him, everything. Great successful acting career, beautiful wife, great kids, everything going his way. And then it all changed in an instant. That's what happens when you come up against a challenge that you can't overcome. You have to be fueled by something. And fear is too easy to be fueled by. So it's about faith. It's about having faith in something bigger. So right now, you heard about my Uncle Carl. You heard about my hero. I want you to learn about each other's hero. So for those of you online, I want you to take a minute and think about who your hero is or was, and think of 3 words that you'd use to describe them and chat them in. Everybody else, I want you to find a partner. Take 2 minutes to share who your hero is or was with somebody hopefully new. Who knows they already this. Take that. And then they're going to share for 2 minutes. And as you're listening to their story, just think about what 3 words really capture the character and essence of their hero. We'll come back in 4 minutes. Go. Chat that in now. Chat box there. Who's your hero?
Yes, yes, it's her. 100%. I wanted us to do live because I want this to be Oh, you have to call up me.
If you haven't switched, just make sure you switch. But other than that, just and then at 1 year is when I went out but it wasn't out this year. All right, if you finish, look at me. All right, 30 seconds left.
But I mean, it's not.
All right, if you're done, look at me. All right, this is the toughest part. Can I have you come back? There'll be time for you to finish up later. All right, we're back. I apologize. I am very sorry. I'm very sorry. Yeah, we have some great interaction online too. Who would like to share who their hero is for the entire group? All right, Mary Jo.
My hero was my grandmother. She was strong, she was resilient, yet she was also reserved.
Is there anyone else who would like to share?
It's my pops, man. Yeah. April 4th, 2009, I got into a really terrible car accident and it really shattered me as a person. And I woke up the next morning in the hospital not wanting to see anyone at all. My dad had driven down overnight, didn't think twice as soon as he heard the news, he showed up in the hospital. And I didn't want anyone around me. I didn't want, but him being there was, it showed me love and heroism. Thank you, Dad.
All right, say all. You gotta say all. All right. If we had more time, I'd love to go around the room. We have some interaction online too. Let's talk about this for a quick moment. Just need to.
Oh, sorry, we were on.
Okay, great. What I found more often than not is that there's a process of alchemy. The tough stuff, the accidents, those moments actually, people who are, you have a hero mindset, they transform those tough moments into the gold in your life. They take the negativity and they're able to find the positive, silver lining. They don't stay stuck. They don't focus just on surviving, staying in that dread and drama, difficult situation. They actually find a way to use it to inspire them to thrive. But what I found is there's two mindsets. There's a hero mindset and a villain mindset. And the hero mindset is fueled by a 4-letter word that starts with F. Might be on the screen. Go ahead and say it. Fear, yes, thanks, yeah. Fear drives people to do crazy things. It gets spun up in their mind. Anybody got one of those people in your family? Yeah. Got a couple of them too. All right, and so what do you think? A 5-letter word that starts with F, what do you think the hero mindset, your hero mind, is fueled by? Faith, all right. Those people, something. Full assurance, it will truly happen. You have to believe in something bigger. I love what you guys stand for, and gals. I love what you stand for. The problem is our world is catered to fear. It's fear-based. It's full of change, uncertainty, and plenty of distractions. I'm just going to hit you with some data here real quick. Every day, 2.5 quintillion bytes of data are created. That's 90 years worth of HD video created every single day. Anybody know how many zeros are in quintillion? Yes, it's a factor of 3. 18. 18, Tom Ghosh, yes, sir. All right. That's pretty scary. Every minute of every day. I know this says 2018. I know this says 2018, but I'll show you the updated stat here. Let's take a look at a couple things. Upper right, YouTube users watch 4.3 million videos a minute. Google, there's 3.8 million searches every single minute. And then for who is the Weather Channel geeks in here who absolutely needs to have certainty on the weather? There is 18 million Weather Channel searches every single minute. If you update that, YouTube is 4.5 million in 2019. Google's almost 4.5 million. Weather Channel must have gone off the chart with all of these kids and catastrophes. Each one of us can expect to have 124 business emails every single day and spend 30 to 50% of our time on Zoom meetings, WebEx meetings. People are telling me 71% of adults are saying they're overwhelmed and it feels like they're drinking from so that is not my daughter. All right, this is so bad though. This is why it's terrible. For us, no, it's not that big of a deal, but for everybody else, all right, raise your hand if you sleep next to your phone. 66% of us do. The other third of you are in denial. Great, thank you. 72% of people say that they're within 5 feet of their phone at any given point in time. It's almost like there's an electric tether that zaps you so you go back to get your phone. But the challenge here is that the younger generation, it's a problem. 77% of that generation, 18 to 24 years old, they have nomophobia. They have a fear of being without their phone. They also have another fear. What is this fear? Fear of missing out. They're full of fear. But you know what? They can overcome it. Because all you have to do is just put in more hours, more effort, more resources. And you don't feel like a hamster on a wheel being flung off at 100 miles an hour. All right, so basically what happens is you end up in a state of pre-burnout. It's called decision fatigue. We've all been there. People are living in it right now, overwhelmed, having to have courses online at home, making kids, forcing kids to be online. You're tired and you're lacking progress. You're unable to make a decision. You're easily distracted. You want to be distracted. You're lacking willpower. Next thing you know, you have powdered sugar and an empty donut wrapper, and you don't know what happened. How do you shift from a state of I can't do it and getting out of that negative mindset and shift to being a slave and getting into the hero mindset? We're going to talk about a few of those things because heroes have habits, and habits are an acquired behavior pattern regularly followed until it becomes almost involuntary. If you don't have it, I want to talk to you today about is you have to design your life as a winnable game. More often than not, we take what society gives us and we are playing an unwinnable game. I want to focus on creating and designing a winnable game. Take that picture, Tom. All right. The first thing you need to do is you need to have a vision. You need to have a vision of what the future looks like, and you have to make it so clear that it makes your fears irrelevant. And then you need to know what God gave you as your natural skills and talents. You have natural talents, and if you invest in them, you can become superpowers. If you take personality profiles, that gives you kind of routine. How do you communicate? How do you problem solve? How do you make decisions? The next thing, in my favorite line, whenever I'm coaching individuals, this is the line we focus on most. Everybody can have a to-do list of 20, 30, 50 things. So what do you do first? I love this quote. Only do what only you can do. Only do what only you can do. Say it with me. Only do what only you can do. I was coaching a woman just like last week. We started to talk about this, and she said, but I feel bad asking people to do stuff that I wouldn't want to do. When we started to talk about her to-do list, there was a lot of stuff that could delegate, even preferred, but she wasn't doing it because she felt bad. Now, when you think like this, when you change your mindset to I don't want to feel bad to delegate certain things to only do what only I can do, the strategic, the important, the urgent things start to make the list. Those demand your time, and you make time for your time block. So you're not going to write down anything. You're going to take anything away from you. And then this. Say it together. Only do what only you can do. I love this. Great. Now, that's great to have a great mindset, but it's also about the environments and the people you hang around with. Hence why it's so important to be here at Rotarian. Because you're the average of the 5 people you choose to hang out with, that you hang out with most. Sometimes you don't get to choose those people because they're forced on you. To choose wisely. The other way to look at this is you can't soar like an eagle when you're hanging around the turkeys. The second hero habit that I want to share briefly with you is assume positive intent, right? It's very difficult. Why does it matter what we think? I had this conversation with my sister and a lot of other folks. You have to keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. You have to keep your words positive because your words become your actions. You have to keep your actions positive because your actions create your habits, create your value, and ultimately determine your destiny. So when you think, you can't think like that when you're trying to talk to someone, teenager, an employee, someone coming up the ranks. Think about this. This is the why of the you can't think like that. Because more often than not, we're trying as hard as we can to do everything great, and then there's some unintended consequence or innocent bystander that gets burned in the process. It's too easy to say, hey, you know, I had good intentions when something doesn't work out. Really, we judge other people based on the results or based on their activities. But we judge ourselves based on our intentions. And assume positive intent really gives people grace when things don't work out the way they plan. When I'm working with new hire classes, new hires don't come in and say, I'm really going to suck this job up because I'm really going to ruin this one quick. They have good intentions, but they just don't understand the new rules and new culture of the game. And our brain, our brain is hardwired to focus on the negative. Hardwired to focus on the negative. So when you think about it, our brain is like Velcro to negative experiences. Oh, I got hurt there. I don't ever want to do that again. I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to go there. I'm never going to deal with that person. I'm never going to let myself say I love you. I'm never going to do those sorts of things. But for the positive, for the accomplishments, for the victories, our brain is like Teflon. They just go away. That's why it's so important to stop and to reflect and to celebrate the victories in our life, the successes that we have, and not just work through our to-do list and mindlessly check them off and just move on to the next thing. Last thing, because even when you assume positive intent and design a winnable game, crazy pandemic, coronavirus 19, terrorism, insanity of what the world has comes into play. So happiness is not our default setting. We really have to condition our response to come at reaction speed. We have to make We have to choose happiness. It's not our natural default. And one book that I want to highlight here is The 5 Regrets of the Dying. Has anybody ever read this book? Basically, The 5 Regrets of the Dying is, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not what others expect. She worked with a lot of people in hospice, a lot of people at end of life. And this is what they said. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I had had feelings, had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. I wish I'd let myself be happy. And the cool thing is that you guys have talked about a lot of the habits that successful people do to stay healthy, emotionally, mentally, physically. Some of these things here, I don't know if you can read them. Physical wellness, getting out, giving back, volunteering, journaling, mindfulness, practicing gratitude, waking up and focusing on what you love and what you appreciate, as opposed to picking up the baggage from yesterday and dragging it into today. 94% of people who volunteered in the last 12 months say it improved their mood. 78% said it lowered their stress level. Who needs more data than that? But I have more. And in work relationships, 81% of people said they felt more connected to their coworkers because they volunteered, because they got out there in the butterfly garden. Thank you, sir. So my advice to you is don't outsource your happiness. It's inside you. To work all these three things together, finding a winnable game, assuming positive intent, and choosing happiness are the habits that successful people give every day in order to get past the chaos and the uncertainty that's in our world. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to make a book available to anyone who wants one here. I'll hang out and sign afterwards. If you want to post a picture on LinkedIn, we can take a picture, whatever you want to do. But today's a new day. Just instead of today just being another average day, another average Friday, let's think about it's a hero day. It's a starting line. I got a fresh start. I've got my health. I've got my ability to get up and walk around. When you leave here, problems, the emails, the voicemails, all of that is going to come full circle on you. It's going to bombard you as soon as you leave here. So you can't catastrophize. You can't allow yourself, your villain mind, to focus on the problems. You need to be able to focus on what you want. It's mine. It's mine. So, with that being said, I want you to be well, to be you, and to be the hero.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah? Excellent.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Just yank this guy for me. Excellent. Everyone could please stand for me. Can I please ask Roger Smith, would you please lead us in the full-weight test of the things we think, say, and do? Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Got to be one of my favorite meetings of the year so far. Thanks for being here, everyone. Let your hearts and actions this week show all who see that Rotary opens opportunities. Thank you, everyone. Pretty good. Yep. Thank you, everyone online. Thanks for being here today. I don't know if Lauren is still on. Lauren, just so you know, I'm going to put this meeting and all of our meetings, they're all up on YouTube, so everyone can rewatch them. You can watch this presentation that was so fabulous. I'll send out another email about that because I think we need a reminder about it. Thank you guys all for being here. Thank you, Pat. Thank you,
Wes, how was the driving? Hey, Wes, how was the driving skill?